All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the official Hammer Time podcast. As always, I am your host, Cade. Along with me is my recapping partner, Mr. Jake, and we have a lot to talk about. Anything from the elephant in the room with American Conference being an absolute juggernaut, and then some coaches getting fired here and there, blah blah blah, big deal. But we're gonna do some yapping today. We're gonna be either making you guys kind of question yourselves as college football fans, or you're just gonna be like, you know what? Maybe they do know ball. Maybe we are. maybe we are the anomaly in this conversation. But not necessarily more recapping games because there wasn't a ton to recap. I guess more so just the surmountable amount of news that kind of came around. So, yeah, before we get into it, always make sure you guys are downloading, following, liking, subscribing, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all that jazz, and leave a review. Share with your friends. We join the Discord, also free. Had a good week in the Discord as well. We're betting more on college football than just college football. We do NFL and all that kind of stuff, which is a good time to be in there considering that we've actually been doing really good in NFL outside of college football too. So shout out to the community there. Other than that, we'll get into today. Yeah, I don't know what games we want to even do, more so just because of how much I want to talk about what happened. So I'll kind of let you just take reins on where we just start today.
So we're gonna do things a little differently. We're not gonna be recapping the games themselves from a game perspective, but I'm going to ask Cade a question from each team in a specific game, a question overarching anything, and we're gonna kind of pinball back and forth on that. Yeah. Before we do that, I think we have to talk about what happened on Sunday, which is, Trent Dilfer was fired. And I I'm so upset about it because his offense was so good this year. And turnovers just killed him, and their defense sucked. And he's a terrible coach. No. In all seriousness. I mean, Trent Dilfer did get fired. That's not a lie. That did happen. He shout out Dilfer, Lipscomb Academy here in Nashville. He was a good coach there. They won a lot of games, but not the best college football coach, and should not be a head coach of a college football team. Where else were you getting Trent Dilfer getting fired on your podcast this week?
Future I don't know. Head coach, by the way.
Oh, good God. You're going to piss off a lot of Ravens fans with that. Lordy. To be serious, though, if you live under a rock and haven't seen this, James Franklin was fired from Penn State on Sunday. Who's the interim? I didn't see it.
Terry Smith.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. So we have to talk about it. I don't enjoy talking about people getting fired. It's not the most enjoyable thing in the world.
Yeah, from a fan experience, it's probably like some people are probably relieved, but from a personal and internal experience, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about the perspective of that. So,
yeah. I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent here. I'm curious your thoughts after. But I don't agree. I don't like it. I think it's the wrong move, personally. I get it, the optics of it and the surrounding noise from not only people in charge of Penn State, but boosters and fans, like where they were at as a program after this week losing to Northwestern at home. It is inexcusable. You cannot. I'm not excusing the 3 losses that they've had in a row. The Oregon one, like, makes sense, but then to go travel cross country and fall flat on your face, and then you come home and I mean, you have to win. Like, you have to win the rest of your games, and to lose to Northwestern, who is not a good football team, I get it. James Franklin was 104-45 in the 12 years he was at Penn State. That is a 70% win percentage. He, in 12 years, the first 2 years were 7-6. He then won 11, 11, 9, 11, COVID, 7 in 2021, 11, 10, 13. They have won. They've been to 2 Rose Bowls, 1-1 in the Rose Bowl. They've been to a Cotton Bowl. They've been to a Fiesta Bowl. They've been to the Peach Bowl, the Citrus Bowl. They have made the college football playoff, won a game in the college football playoff as of last year. I understand everything from last year, bringing Aller back, bringing Singleton and Allen back, bringing your offensive line back. How this year was the year. And we knew that 2026 was going to be a step back regardless of what happened this year. You people, the people that are in charge of this coaching search, hopefully are the right people. I can't answer whether or not they will be. But you're not getting who you think you're getting. I'll tell you that right now. All the people that are asking for Marcus Freeman and
That's awful, by the way.
It is. He's not leaving Notre Dame. He's not leaving Notre Dame for any job. But James Franklin is a top 10 head coach in college football, like hands down. Whether you don't like his offenses, or you don't like his play calling, and you don't like his decision making, and you don't like that he doesn't win the big game, and he never won a big game. Do you understand how many programs would take the last 12 years you've had as a program, especially with what happened before the program? You guys were in the gutter.
Yeah.
He brought you back from death. And you guys lose 3 games. I get it. I understand. But being a person who's followed Tennessee his entire life, if you think firing a coach and hiring, and you just think the next coach is just going to be better, you're wrong. There's not a person that you're going to hire that's better than James Franklin. Like, and I've seen it on multiple social media platforms and message boards. Matt Campbell's your best one here in who you could try and go get that would actually potentially leave his job, and people laugh at it and say Matt Campbell isn't a good head coach, and that Matt Campbell just lost to Colorado, and Matt Campbell, it's Iowa State. Matt Campbell is a great coach, 1. 2, I don't even know if he'd leave.
He has no reason to.
I hope it doesn't backfire the way it could for Penn State, because I think Penn State being good is fun, and it's been fun the past 10 years that they've been good. But this 100% can shoot you in the foot, not only because this isn't the same college football that we had 10 years ago, 5 years ago. You're paying a $50 million buyout. You have to then get rid of every coach on this staff as well and pay their buyouts, which are less, but they're still buyouts. You have to pay guaranteed money to a coach to come here, and then you still have to give NIL money, and you still have to give recruiting money, and you still have to give the next staff, and you have to give their families and all this stuff. And for everything I've heard about James Franklin is that he's one of the best people in college football. He is. You've never heard one thing about his program and how it's run, and like there are no scandals. There are no people driving 100 miles an hour killing people. There aren't players staying up till 3 a.m. with girls and things like he ran a model program. I get it
Yeah.
that you didn't win a natty and you didn't win big games, but 99% of college football would take what Penn State has gotten in the last 12 years outside of Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia. You are arguably like the fourth most successful program in America over the last 12 years, outside of maybe Notre Dame. Like you're top 5, at worst top 10. I think it's going to backfire. I think you're going to hire a coach that's probably in over his head because I don't. And look, maybe a sitting head coach right now that we aren't thinking about. I've heard Matt Rule. I don't know. But like outside of those two Matts, I don't know what upgrade there possibly could be here. And it sucks. I hate it for like, yeah, James Franklin gets $50 million and he gets to go be in TV and whatever he wants to do. But like the offensive analysts, the linebackers coach, the graduate assistants, like these guys don't make a ton of money. And if they have families, you now have to uproot that, and you're taking your kids out of school and you're moving them potentially like cross country or wherever you're moving, and you don't have a job. I would have waited personally. I don't know what firing him right now does. Like your season's already over. What's the point?
Yeah.
You want to go to the Tax Slayer Bowl now? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But I hope it works out. I personally would expect it to be. I think next year's going to suck for them, unless they can get a coach that can bring an elite quarterback in. So I would expect the rest of this year to not be very fun, and probably next year to not be very fun for them. But that's what I've got.
Do I even need to speak?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know. I mean, I'll add on a little bit, but like, congrats. I don't know. Like, what do you? It's just weird. It's a very weird situation, and like you said, the timing, horrible timing. Yeah. What are you gonna do, or what's your goal? I should say. What do you hope to get out of this year? Because all of a sudden, that move just cooked all of your 2027 class. Because like 4 to 5 of them, 4 to 5 stars, top 30 recruits, 3 top 30 recruits, matter of fact, they're all gone already within 48 hours of the situation. The future of that program just absolutely bursted up into flames. For what? For Sumrall? For Lashley? For Golish? For Rule? For Diaz? Downgrade. Yeah, there's nothing here that is, if you do one of these like challenges where it's speak when you see a better coach than so-and-so or X, whoever. I'm not talking one single time for
There's
any
5,
of these candidates.
maybe.
That's it.
In
That's
college
it.
football.
There's literally nobody realistically that you're going to get who is going to do it, step in and do a better job and recruit like Franklin has. Have you want to? You can, yeah. The big game factor I think is stupid personally, because for one, you were never expected to win any of these big games. You're underdogs for a reason. You're not necessarily favored in them. The UCLA and the Northwestern BS, that stuff happens. That happens everywhere. We've seen it multiple times. Notre Dame fan, hand up. I lost to Marshall. We lost to Northern Illinois. we were in a dogfight with Toledo until the last 30 seconds in 2021. You don't just ditch out somebody like that after a bad loss, even though it's 3 bad losses. Sure, Oregon's a good football team, and Oregon obviously just lost to potentially the second best Big Ten team that's out there right now. You cannot do that right now. You can have discussions about it. You can talk about what you want to do going forward. But legitimately, you probably just set your program back a multitude of years because of this move. And it's kind of sad because the fan, they think it's the right move and they're just happy that he's gone. But you have no idea what you just did for the next 2 to 3 seasons.
They don't remember. They don't remember 14 years ago. They're not thinking about that. They think that they just hire a coach and Penn State's good. That's not how this works. Tennessee went through it for 15 years. Coach after coach after coach. I've been there. It's going to be hilarious when James Franklin goes to Florida and potentially wins the SEC. Or something like that. Or if he goes to...
I hope he does.
Arkansas. Or if he goes to one of these, there's other job openings that are open. I've heard some things that there are going to be some big jobs. You're not going to be the biggest fish in the sea.
Carousel's even though nuts.
Yeah, you're not the biggest fish. If Florida fires their coach, Florida's more attractive. Oh,
absolutely. It's not even close.
If Oklahoma fires their, if Auburn fires their coach, the SEC is more attractive than the Big Ten from a recruiting perspective, from a national perspective. They spotlight games. You try and turn on a Big Ten game. Big Ten Network. Or what is it? Big Ten Network, CBS, NBC, and then Fox.
Maybe.
The SEC's everywhere.
It's just ESPN everywhere, yeah.
ESPN, ABC.
Which
they're all everywhere. And that's not even to include, there's a Big Ten program out there that's potentially going to fire their coach. That could be a bigger job than yours. I'm not going to say who it is just yet, but there is one. Hint, they won a natty recently. I agree with you. I don't know who you get that's better. And look, we could be totally wrong. And next year Penn State could be top 5 and we could eat everything.
That's fine. I'll take that gamble, but it's just ridiculous in my opinion, and spoiled, and
I agree.
I don't know how you eat that much money like that, not knowing who you want to go after.
If you wait a year, let them try and figure it out.
Just bounce
Let the 2026 class come in, go after the transfer portal again. You reduce the buyout by what, $10, $15 million
already? Yeah, even like that. That's the thing. Like this, yeah, I agree. I think it was the year, and we were all high on it. I'm not really ashamed to admit it that we were wrong there.
It's a failure. They failed.
It is what it is. It's not like it's a shock.
135 teams fail each year. Only one team succeeds. I just doing it off of 3 losses, and I get they were in a row, and I get it. 2 of them were against bad teams. But doing it when the coach has won 70% of his games since he got there, and he's won in the last 4 years, he's won 21, 34, 37 in 4 years, or 3.5.
You were a missed kicked field goal from a natty appearance last year anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Yeah, and the candidates make it even funnier at this point, just because everybody that's been drawn into it
Yeah,
I'm
just
like
to
laughing at every single one, thinking
just to
there's
just to go through like the candidates that you just said. Okay, Matt Rule has won nothing at Nebraska. Yes, he was good at Baylor for a year, and he was good at Temple. He also has the Panthers in the middle of that. That was awful. You said Summerall hasn't coached a Power 4 school.
none,
You said Lashley, who's won nothing.
not a thing.
Great coach, and I think he would be good.
Yeah, they have great minds, great schemes, but terrible fit in my opinion.
Alex Golish hasn't coached in Power 4. I said Matt Campbell. I don't even know if he'd work there. Like, I don't know if it would work.
Realistically, your top 2, in my opinion, or 3, maybe 2. It's going to be between Rule and Manny Diaz, I think.
If it's Manny Diaz, that just shows how wrong you were.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's going to be hilarious, though. It would be hilarious, I should say. For the Matt Rule thing is the most that's going to be my prediction. I guess I'll just kind of put that out there because I was talking to him and Dylan about this, of course, with the whole Rule situation about the alum, alma mater, of course, or it's the same thing, whatever. He's close with Pat Kraft. I know he said in an interview and all that kind of stuff. Raiola does have one more year. I think that's the most likely thing is getting him and bringing Raiola with him to Penn State personally. That's probably your best. I think that's your best. I don't want to say it's good, but that's your best outcome, I think, after all of that. That's because to me, there is nobody after that. Maybe Lashley and Jennings. They are next. Those two are like very, very right next to each other for me. Other than that, you are very much so downhill after that in terms of candidates and quarterback play.
Manny and Mensa?
Does he have one more year?
Yeah, Mensa should. Still, I mean, I'd take Raiola and Rule or Jennings. Yeah, agreed. All right, let's have some fun now.
That wasn't fun.
I mean, it was fun for me. It's not fun for any Penn State fan that listens to it. All right. Alabama beat Missouri on Thursday. Saturday.
Whoa.
Good God.
Whoa,
where are we?
Dude.
Alabama beat Missouri 27-24. My Alabama question. So post Florida State, are they the best SEC team? If we exclude, actually, I don't even. You can include Florida State in it. Is Alabama the best SEC team this year so far?
Yeah. I think I'm pretty confident saying that right at this point. Yeah. I don't like the way, even looking at how Georgia played on Saturday against Auburn, which we'll also get into. And even though they have another big game coming up against Ole Miss this weekend, and I do think it's a little bit close, but I think we've pretty much hit them nail on the head this year. Like, we're pretty spot on about predicting how their season would go. And right now they're playing like it. And there is some stuff that we thought would be better, considering in the trenches specifically, but you cannot, like, Ty Simpson is arguably, I think he is the best quarterback in that conference right now. If he's not, he's a very easy lock for top 3. He should be in the Heisman conversation. He's a leader, great game manager, great at getting the ball to his guys when he's supposed to. The offense has been incredible to watch. The defense, those are where my questions stand. But not to throw him in there and do what he's done. It's, to me, that is the best team in that conference right now, without a doubt.
I think my argument would be A&M so far, but I think I would put Bama slightly above them.
I need to see them play somebody other than Notre Dame first, conference play wise, which we will see. And I'll get into A&M later, of course. But
all right, the Missouri question: can they still make the playoff?
This is a good one. What's their schedule? Let me see. So, looking at this, obviously you have Auburn this weekend. At Vandy next weekend after that, A&M the week after that at home, Mississippi State at home, Oklahoma on the road, finish at Arkansas. Yeah, I don't think this one's close. I don't think they're making that one. I think you have a chance to genuinely go 0-3 these next 3 games. I love Brabula, but genuinely, the way that Auburn played against Georgia on Saturday, they 1,000% should have won that game. I think this is like their get-back game of the century, personally. And Vanderbilt, yeah, I think I'm done talking bad about this team in Pavia for what they've done. I'm just, yeah.
We converted him.
Congrats. That'll be a really good game, actually, though. I do think Vanderbilt does get that one done, though. And then, yeah, again, A&M, that's also going to be a really big game because put the scenario together. You're coming off back-to-back losses. This is a must-win game to keep yourself in. I don't even know what kind of talks you would be in because you're pretty much out of the playoff if you lose those 2. Yeah, I don't know because there's not going to be an SEC title conversation for that's for sure. So, I mean, yeah, that's a pretty easy no for me.
Okay, Ohio State beat Illinois. Do you think? Okay, no. Let me rephrase it. What would you put the odds at for Ohio State to go 16-0 this year?
So, I know that their schedule, because I did take that bet to miss the playoff this year, and as of right now,
they're making the playoff.
Yeah, it's that. I don't think that one's going anywhere. I mean, hours out for the season, so you're getting Grunkemeyer at home. You can argue produce kryptonite to Ohio State, maybe, because I mean, it is. They know it. They know that's true too, which is funny. But I don't think they're going to lose that game. I don't see them dropping to UCLA. It honestly, once again, this is coming down to that Thanksgiving weekend again.
I said 16-0, to be fair.
Right.
I have them running everything.
Right.
But yes, I think that would. I mean, it's going to be the biggest game. The monkey. It's the monkey.
It is what it is. But in the terms of playoff path, I think it's kind of hard for me to justify playoff path right now with how many, especially in the SEC in general. These like next 3 to 4 weeks are some of the biggest implication weeks that we have ever seen this year,
Correct.
Specifically this week as well. And to me, yeah, I mean, if they win out, Ohio State obviously moves on to Big Ten title. Say they play, I'm going to say Indiana, potentially.
Yeah, just pick a team.
As of right now, it's probably their best matchup for the Big Ten, which phenomenal game, honestly. Say you get the 1 seed, say you have to play, as of right now, it's going to probably be Notre Dame at a 12 seed if they win out, or USC if they win out of the 12. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'd say you have above a 60% chance. That's what I'm going to give that there.
60% chance. All right.
I think it's a pretty decent shot to honestly just win out the entire rest of the way. Just because, yeah, I don't know. It's the matter of who they're going to play towards the end of that stretch. But yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably put it around 40. I'd be a little lower, but
I would take that bet though.
I mean, we've seen already. There's no elite SEC team. Mm-hmm. The big I think Tech's really good. Texas Tech's really good. I think that would be fun. And then like the ACC, Miami.
There's levels to this stuff though. It's just like they're good, yeah, but are they competing with the staff, this talent that's on that defense right now? Because I mean, the offense isn't really that impressive this year. The defense is it is better than last year. And
offense hasn't had to be.
It's nuts. It's ridiculous. And I mean, I didn't even think it was possible to get better than last year, but here we are.
True. My Illinois question. Ooh, no, it's not a question anymore. Well, it's still a question, actually. Actually, it's not really a question. True or false is what this is going to be.
Okay.
True or false, Illinois goes 10-2. I'll tell you the games that they have. So
I'm going to say false. I already know because they play Washington this next week, right?
At Washington, Rutgers at home, Maryland at home, at Wisconsin, Northwestern.
They're losing against Washington, I think.
Okay. So you're saying 9-3?
I'm saying 9-3.
Okay.
You could argue. I'm not even kidding. You could genuinely argue 8-4 with Maryland.
You could.
They look fun.
I would say you could. All right. We'll move to Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh beat Florida State in an upset.
What a call, by the way. I know, right? That was nuts.
That's 3. That's 3. That was 3 this week I called. Yeah. If you weren't in the Discord, I think it was 15 minutes before the game, Florida State announced their 3 receivers were out. Yeah. And I said play the 10.5, put a little on money line. And
at first I didn't really care for it because I didn't know what their wide receiver room was looking like the day of. But then, yeah, you said that, and then I was just like, yeah, light bulb. And I don't think there was one person in that conversation that did not have that bet.
So my Pittsburgh question, following the Florida State win, I guess my question. Can Pittsburgh beat one of Notre Dame, at Georgia Tech, or Miami at the end of the year?
100%. And the most likely in that conversation is us.
I figured you'd say that.
Is the Georgia Tech game at home?
It's on the road.
Away? On the road.
Okay, second to last week.
Does
and then they get
harder.
And then Miami at home.
Miami at home too.
Last game of the year.
That could be a sleeper as well. Yeah, I still think it's us as the most likely because I don't want to say the stakes for them are necessarily crazy high because they don't really have much to play for other than maybe just a decently higher bowl game.
They have a shot still, technically.
Technically, if you do win those last 3, you would probably be in that conversation. But the chances of that is actually kind of psychotic.
It's fair point.
But I'm not gonna put it past them because I can't even pronounce his last name. That freshman quarterback.
Nope, not even gonna try.
Nope.
Heinschel?
That kid's a stud.
Hey, dude, he's awesome.
That kid is.
I can't believe they thought Holstein was the guy.
That kid is a stud.
So funny.
I mean, we'll talk about the Notre Dame game then, but I mean, between those 3, it's 100% us. I mean, I haven't really seen too much of us on the road enough to say that we can beat them. We beat Arkansas on the road, sure, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's the Aaron Donald Hall of Fame game too. I think they're retiring his jersey. Yeah, so they're getting that. That'll be a spot bet, probably.
Okay. How much longer is Mike Norvell the Florida State coach?
This is a question that we've been talking about in the Discord for God knows how long. And quite frankly, you could say the same thing for this situation. Who in the world are you going to get? There's a lot of weird things. I mean, I think this job is probably easier for them to get somebody than Penn State would. In terms of fit, because they just constantly change schemes and just kind of roll with whatever quarterback they have, and they're just like, you know what, we'll try this. Or Malzahn just says, I don't know, we'll just try a double pass with the wide receivers and see if this works, and just roll with this the entire year. This season, I think See, that's going to be tough because if they lose that game at Florida, I think it's got a decent shot because 8-4 is going to be pretty bad. Clemson, they're probably, honestly, I do think that they lose to Clemson because Clemson has looked better these last few weeks. Back to their similar.
Let's beat a winning team first.
That's what I'm hoping for, but I do think that they still do that. I think he's there by the end of the year, personally.
I think they give him one more.
I'd like to see him get one more.
I think they're more patient because of last year. I think they give him another year, but I think he's on a short leash, and I think he has to recruit better.
I think he knows that too, though. Like
I do too.
They're very much so aware.
And we said it in the preseason pod. Like, we thought this year was like a gap year of like, let's just put a bunch of talent together and see what it does, and then build for next year. So I think he gets one more. Ole Miss barely beat Washington State. Don't know if any of you guys watched that. I did because I had the under, which easiest bet of the day, honestly. Second easiest. We'll get the first easiest in a second. But I'm not going to ask a question about Washington State because
why not?
Because I just think we're good.
We think we're good there.
If you're a Washington State fan, sorry. True or false? Ole Miss makes the playoff.
This goes back to my take that I was going to say with Texas A&M because I think the take is the same for both of these teams. I don't think Ole Miss is a top 15 team after the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Would you like their schedule before you say anything else?
I already know the schedule. It's Georgia this week. You have Oklahoma on the road next week. I think they get South Carolina in there before Citadel or after one of the two. Then you get Florida. Is at home. Florida's at home. And then Egg Bowl. Personally, there's a serious chance that you're losing the Egg Bowl and that Florida either gives you a dogfight or they honestly beat you in your home stadium. Same thing for South Carolina. They're both not easy gimme wins, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think they're a top 15 team, and that's gonna hurt. That's gonna sting. They're just not there yet. I don't think it's there. It's very, 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 very close. These are really close games, and I probably will be taking Ole Miss against Georgia this week because of that crazy high number. Yeah. But I don't think you're beating Oklahoma on the road, getting a Mateer that's got more time to kind of rest up. I don't think. I mean, South Carolina, I think that they maybe win, but I'm not really even that confident enough to say that they win against, honestly, 1-1 between South Carolina and Florida games. I'll just say that. And then potentially, I think you're on very, very steep waters with the Mississippi State Egg Bowl.
Okay. Indiana upset Oregon.
Explodes confetti. Called it, blah, blah, blah.
I did call it. You can go through all the sayings, smoking the cig pack, all that stuff. I just do this. It's just what I do. So
let me show you guys something real quick, huh? How about that?
There it is.
How about him?
Signetti.
How about him? That's what they gave us at the Indiana game a couple years back. That was actually so sick. But yeah, that's fire. And the Marlboro logo and everything.
All right.
Whatever.
Indiana question. Is Signetti the second best coach in college football?
Holy cow.
Remember when you guys laughed at me in the preseason pod when I said Signetti was the best coach in Big Ten?
Who did I said Dan Lanning, right?
Yes, which I think I actually said he was the second best behind Lanning.
I said Day wasn't top 3. I don't think I knew that.
I still don't know if Day is top 3.
I know. We'll get never mind. Wow. Okay, hold on, because that is your top 3. Then who's your number one?
Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby? Okay.
Has to be.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to like say it, and then you'd be like, pfft.
It's definitely Kirby.
I was like, okay.
Definitely Kirby.
Dang. See, this is hard because Signetti, the game that he coached against Oregon, the play calling was on. They gave Mendoza the blueprint to what he had to do, and he did just that. I just like Dan Lanning too much. I'll say this. I think he's right behind Lanning at 3 though. But to me, what Lanning does and his preparation, I don't think that Lanning lost that game. Yes, like we were saying in that preview, they do make some weird decisions and they get cute, they get aggressive, all this kind of jazz. I don't really think that they did necessarily too much. I think that was just more so Dante Moore's wake-up call against a really good defense. That was just kind of like a players thing. It was just like a letdown kind of thing.
I put him at 4.
I'll say he's confidently top 3. Okay, then who's your top 3? If you're saying
DeBoer's ahead of Lanning.
Really?
Yeah, he's beat him twice.
That's fair. That's true. You were thinking about that's fair.
I would go Kirby, DeBoer, Lanning, Signetti.
That's fair. Yeah, it's debate. I mean, we're pretty much the same, different order, but yeah.
All right, Oregon question: more likely to win out and go 11-1, or go 9-3 and miss the playoff?
Rutgers, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, USC, and Washington. So 11-3. You said 11-3 or 10?
No, 11-1. I said, are they more likely to win out and go 11-1, or lose 2 more games, go 9-3 and miss the playoff?
9-3. Okay, I was like 11-3. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't. Immediately, there's 2 trap games on here that I'm already looking at. Yeah, and they're both on the road, and it's Rutgers and Iowa. I'm just kidding.
Yes, Rutgers. Get Cadillac Manis.
Yeah, I think 9-3 is a stretch, but for the sake of me, I'm going to say 10-2.
That's where I was going with it too.
I think they do one of those bottom 4. I think is where they drop. As far as where, to me it's between Washington and Iowa. I think Washington has a better chance. Actually, dude, I don't know, because Iowa's looked really good.
They did play the corpse of Wisconsin, but yes.
Not even that, just before then.
I mean, yeah, Iowa's looked good.
I mean, they should have beat
Iowa
State earlier this year too. I mean, to me, I think we're going to see what Iowa looks like this week too, personally. But yeah, I don't know. I think because I was so high on Washington, I'm like afraid to say it's them, I guess. But I do think it's between those 2. That USC game is going to be really good though. Like peak Pac-12 after dark type vibe. Like, that's going to be amazing. I completely forgot about that game in November. God, it's going to be a banger.
I think they go 10-2. I think they sneak in the playoff.
I hope not, because that ticket that I have would be a crazy payout and it would cover Georgia and Ohio State. But
all right, Notre Dame beat NC State 36-7.
NC State, yeah, powerhouse.
We're not asking an NC State question here.
Dude, come on.
We are asking a Notre Dame question.
No.
I'm not asking that.
Okay.
Because I already. Is CJ Carr the best quarterback to ever come through Notre Dame?
No. That's the quickest no I've ever said.
That's quick.
No.
Is it possible he could be?
Top 3.
Okay.
I'm going to say Brady.
Tom. Brady Quinn. I know. I'm well aware.
That caught me off guard. No, it's Brady, Tony Rice, and then maybe arguably Carr / Montana.
Okay.
But I don't know.
I wasn't going to ask the playoff question because I don't.
No.
We've talked about that too much.
No.
So I'm not going there. All right. No. This one will be fun. So Oklahoma's 5-1. They were 5-0 before the Texas game. Texas beats Oklahoma. Another call over here. Give me 3. Do the Steph Curry. They play at South Carolina, Ole Miss at home, at Tennessee, at Alabama, Missouri, LSU.
Oh, God.
If you had to put an odds percentage, what are the odds percentage Oklahoma doesn't win another game and misses a bowl?
Oh, my God. Oh. Because you said right now they're at 5. You're at 5-1 right now.
They're 5-1. Right? They have at South Carolina in Cocktober. Never easy. Ole Miss at home, at Tennessee, at Alabama, Missouri at home, LSU at home.
Holy cow. The odds percentage?
Yeah, just a...
Dude. Hold on. Before... Let me see here. Give me 1 sec. Because those are... Okay. I'm going to say like 70 to 1.
70 to 1?
Never mind. To actually go 7. Okay. To actually miss a bowl game.
Yeah, to go 5-7. They don't win another game.
Okay. Sorry.
They lose 7 straight.
Okay. Never mind. I thought you were saying like to not. Okay. I was thinking of like to pretty much get into. Okay. Never mind. I hear what you're asking now.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't think they're losing 7 straight, but dude, this is hard because it's honestly there's a really, really good chance. I don't know, like odds percentage wise, but I'm gonna like just say 2-5.
2-5. So they go
4.
They go 7-5.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Were people wrong? Here's my Texas question. Here's my joke question about Texas. Were people wrong about Arch Manning? Is he good again? Is he elite?
All of a sudden, did you see the game he had? I mean, God, he beat Oklahoma. He won your biggest rivalry game of the year. Like, of course he's good. What are you talking about? He won the game. What do you mean?
Okay, serious question. Serious question. They're 4-2 right now. They probably cannot afford another loss since they lost to Florida. If you had to pick one of the next 6 games that they had, but I get to take away Georgia and A&M, who do they lose to?
This is bait.
You don't have to say that one. You're right, it is bait.
What?
It 100% is bait.
All right, hold on. After coming off the
So they beat Georgia and A&M. Let's say that. Georgia and A&M, they win. There are 4 games left. At Kentucky, at Mississippi State, Vandy at home, Arkansas at home. They lose one of those. Which one is it?
I'm going to get flamed. It's Kentucky.
God, I knew you were going to say it too.
It's Kentucky. No. All right. Kroger Field. Night game.
Electric.
I think their first night game of the year. It's a look-ahead spot before Tennessee.
We don't. Oh yeah, for us. Yeah, for Kentucky. I mean, best Kentucky offense I've ever seen as well.
I can't see Pavia winning in DKR in that kind of environment personally. I think that if this game was at Vandy, different story completely.
I was going to say cowbell country personally.
Nah, I'm gonna say I think that they do that.
Okay.
Honestly.
Nope, they're losing this week to Kentucky. Got it. Noted.
Hold on, can we get a live? I haven't looked at anything for that game.
It's plus 16 million.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's high.
Not. I mean, I know it's going to be high.
You said it's a night game too?
Yeah.
Why do they get a night game?
I think the spread's like 10.5, 12.5.
No way.
Yeah.
Is that low?
Yes.
How is that allowed? It's not a night game.
Kentucky's team totals it's 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock for you. Kentucky's team total was literally 13.
It's like best odds are plus 400 on FanDuel. You can go ahead and hit that button. And then FanDuel's gonna ask, "Are you okay? Do you need us to close your account?"
All right. Is there a look ahead on the Texas Mississippi state line? Can I at least see that?
I doubt it.
No, maybe so.
Highly doubt it. I could get you a number.
I know. I'm not logged into any of my system or anything, right? Hold on. I can
get you a number. I got it. It's at Mississippi State, right?
Yeah.
It would be 7.
Wow. Okay. I was honestly expecting lower.
It'd be in between 6.5 and 7.
What do you have, Kentucky?
What do I have? What it should be?
Yeah, what do you make it to be?
$12.
So right there. Nah.
You already picked Kentucky. We're moving on.
I'm sticking to it too.
Okay.
That was really funny.
Georgia Tech beat Virginia Tech by 15. They actually covered a double-digit spread for the first time in this year. Does Georgia Tech beat Georgia?
Can we rewind to preview? Insert the clip where I said that they were 1-1 between Clemson and Georgia. Jake says that there's 2-0. They're 2-0. Right. I think they're getting that one
done. Tennessee beat Arkansas 34-31 in a good game. I think the scoreboard said it was closer than it was. Tennessee was up 17 and kind of let off the gas. But
they let them kind of drag back a little bit.
The Tennessee question.
Oh no. Now this is bait.
Let me paint you a picture. Okay, let me paint you a picture. They lose on Saturday, and they are, what would that put them at? 5-2. They beat Kentucky. They beat Oklahoma at home. They beat New Mexico State. They somehow beat Florida, and they are 9-2. Can Diego ruin Tennessee's playoff hopes? Dang it!
You wanted me to say it so bad.
I did.
Honestly, for the I should have just said absolutely.
I say no. I think it's more likely Tennessee loses at Florida than they lose to
I think it's
Vandy,
Florida.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, New Mexico State sleeper.
I also think they're going to beat Oklahoma. I think they're going to beat Oklahoma. So
At Neyland, yeah, I think they do that.
no, my Tennessee questions. The Tennessee question's hard because you got to wait till after this week to even really know.
You really do.
What mindset they're going to have to be in the rest of the year. So
the thing is, Heupel's really, really good at these preparation kind of games. And if they do manage to drop it, I mean, like the entire team's going to know what's at stake.
Oh, I can promise you right now, but I know before we do previews Thursday, take Tennessee first half spread, first half money line, because I think it's 3 years in a row now Tennessee has been up at half against Alabama. I can't remember last year if they were losing or winning. They might have been losing that one, but they were winning at Joe Milton. They were winning with Hooker, and they were winning Heupel's first year at half. So he's really good with the script against Alabama.
They were down 7-0 last year.
Yeah, so the 3 years before that they were up. Yeah. So I probably will be on that first half spread and first half money line. Okay, I do. A&M beat Florida by 17 at home. I actually do have a Florida question, so Florida will be involved. But A&M, I think the real question for A&M just at this point, and it's hard to answer, but can A&M win the SEC?
Undefeated right now.
They have at Arkansas this week. They're at LSU next week. They have a bye at Missouri, South Carolina at home, at Texas to end the year.
You skipped Sanford, dude.
My bad. I actually know. My mother-in-law is she's a Sanford fan, I think. I don't know.
All right. Yeah. You know what?
Something going on with Sanford. I don't remember, but Sanford.
Let's see. Honestly, because I think that they beat Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I that's probably the most outlandish one, but I think they beat Missouri.
I think 11-1 gets them into the championship game.
I mean, let's just see, because Ole Miss, you have Ole Miss who's undefeated, Bama's undefeated, Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, Texas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Vandy. They're all one loss and undefeateds right now.
Yeah, so Ole Miss, the winner or the loser of Ole Miss Georgia's out.
Pretty much.
I would say the loser of Alabama Tennessee is out.
Probably as well. Yeah.
Then you have you said.
Well, really? You think?
If it's Alabama, no. Technically, I think Tennessee will be out.
I think Bama would win the tiebreaker over a little bit if they did lose.
Texas, if in this scenario you have A&M beating Texas, so Texas is out. Missouri's going to lose another game. Vandy's going to lose another game. The only other one you would have is LSU.
LSU is the dark horse.
It could be A&M LSU still. That could be the champion.
That's very true.
Because Bama still plays LSU, and it's in Death Valley this year, isn't it?
Yeah. I believe so, at least. No, it's in Bryant-Denny.
Oh, okay.
November 8th.
Elite home schedule for Bama this year. Dang.
Jeez. Dude, I don't. That game is that's the wild card. That's literally it. October 25th. What a game, too. God. The thing is, like, maybe a couple years ago or last year it would have been a hot take, but I think that they get it done.
Okay.
I think that they win at Death Valley.
I think they can. I think they can win the SEC.
I think they can make the championship game easily. Winning that game, that's maybe a little bit more stretch because then you're asking them to beat Alabama. You're asking them to beat maybe LSU twice. You're asking them to beat. I mean, who else would there be? Honestly, that'd pretty much be it. Maybe your Georgia. Yeah, I don't know. That's even harder, I guess, considering that they don't play them. There are no gimmies. I mean, I think they beat
no
Missouri.
gimmies.
Texas. I want to say they have a better shot at beating Texas than LSU personally, but yeah, I think LSU. That's the wild card there. But I do. I want to say that they make it. I don't know. I'm hoping they do good for my sake as a Notre Dame fan, but yeah.
How many more weeks is Billy the coach?
Beat Mississippi State. Honestly, if he beats Georgia or Tennessee, one of those two, I think the job is his to stay. And honestly, I do think that they are 11-1 between those two.
1-1.
As far as sorry. As far as which one, I don't really know. Georgia, I think they honestly do give them a really good scare, or honestly just beat them. We already know the conversation about Tennessee in the swamp. But yeah, I think it's between those two games. I think that if they do, I think that keeps them by the end of the year, and then they can have a conversation because then you're going to be talking about Lagway's future. You're going to be talking about the program's future, for that matter, because then at that point you have a lot of recruiting implications in there as well. But one of those games saves the season if they win. If they don't, and if they lose to Florida State after that, he's probably gone in the offseason, probably at some point.
I don't think he gets the chance to get to Tennessee. I think he gets fired after Ole Miss.
Really?
I think they're going to tell him you have to make a bowl. So basically, you have to beat Ole Miss or Georgia.
I guess that's fair.
Because they're 2-4, so they more than likely have to win one of those. So that's what I'm going with. Can Texas Tech win? Can Texas Tech win a playoff game?
Yes.
Okay. I say yes too.
That defense right now, much less the offense when they're healthy. My God, I mean, they're probably the most disrespected top 10 team I've ever seen.
Yep. Agreed.
Like, it's insane.
They're really good
doing right now.
No one's watching them, but they're really good.
No, not a soul.
Percentage chance Sharon Moore is the head coach next year.
Very slim. You could argue the best Michigan has looked all season long is when Biff has been there on the sidelines, not Sharon.
Yeah,
or whoever the intern has been. I think it was Biff though. But
if they lose to Washington this week, I think he's done.
I mean, I think they might keep him for the Ohio State game.
I'm not saying he'd get fired. I'm just saying I think the conversations would start.
But like the off season comes, and then that's when they get that idea.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say USC beat Michigan by a lot.
High-powered offense.
High-powered offense. Very high-powered. So there's a good chance. I'd say there's more than likely chance USC is not making the Big Ten championship game. More than likely.
It's going to be very, very hard to do.
If they would need Indiana to lose, which may not happen. So, USC question. Can they lose another game, or do they need to win it? Do you think 10-2? Do you think a 10-2 USC can get in the playoff? Because
I think it depends on who that loss is to, because if it's to Notre Dame, no, because I think they take their spot. If they lose to Oregon, for that matter, and say Oregon does actually win out, then yes, I do think that they get that final spot. But to me, this week, this is the win and in scenario, because I want to say that they can beat Nebraska. I want to
I don't know.
say
Lincoln Riley traveling time zones, man.
That's also true. That's also very true. But we're gambling on this week manually. This is your win and in week, because essentially your rankings borderline flip with you all of a sudden become a top 15 team. You're in the conversation. You're in the quarterfinal slot type of thing. So I think, yeah, depending on who that loss is to, it's got to be to Oregon or Nebraska. If Nebraska even does really good, if Nebraska ends up going,
I just think Nebraska would take it. I think Nebraska would just take the spot.
That's also true too, depending on who they got. I mean, even then, hold on, because wait a minute here. Nebraska could be 11-1.
Mm-hmm. Technically.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. I just realized that.
You could have 10-2 Oregon, 10-2 USC, 11-1 Nebraska, 12-0 Indiana, 12-0 Ohio State.
My head hurts.
I think my thing with it is I don't think they can take another loss. I think they have to win out, because if you lose to Oregon, I think you drop below. I think they would take a 10-2 SEC team over at 10-2 USC. Because
okay, yeah.
Let's say they do beat Notre Dame, but they lose to Oregon. Your two wins are Notre Dame, Michigan, Nebraska, and then your losses are Illinois and Oregon. I think if you were to flip it and let's go to Ole Miss, 2 losses are Georgia and I don't know, X team, whoever they play, Oklahoma.
Right.
I think they would take Ole Miss. But it's a preference thing. I think it would be really hard.
I think it's literally between quarterfinal slot or whatever it is and first 2 out kind of deal.
Yeah. I agree.
More likely, Georgia. First two out is New Year's 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think that they finish top 15 at the worst, maybe.
Yeah.
And then they get a New Year's 6 bowl game. But yeah, it's hard to say they get the final slot. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Georgia beat Auburn by 10. I'm not going to get super into the official things because I didn't watch the game, but I heard it was very bad. I heard it took, or I didn't hear. I saw it took 32 minutes to get from the 2-minute warning to the half.
You missed out.
It was also the same crew that worked Oklahoma-Auburn, where Auburn got screwed. So don't know how those officials are still doing that. They need to come up with a way for officials to be reprimanded and or have to answer to calls they make at some point, because it's ridiculous what is happening. Yeah. Auburn probably should have won that game. So, pretty bad. However, my Georgia question, I think we both know, and I think most people listening to this is not Georgia from the past couple of years. This team is not as good. So, I know you have the Georgia to miss the playoff ticket. So this answer may be a little biased, but is it more likely Georgia wins out or goes 8-4?
Okay, you said more likely. Now, which what I think is going to happen?
No, which one is more likely?
So the more likely is them to 8-4.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm already dead set on them losing to Georgia Tech. I don't know if they can beat Florida. this week even is a kind of a sneaky game, given that such a high line. I don't want to look over Mississippi State, but I do think they beat them. But that's whatever. Yeah, I mean, what are we? Let me see, because we're 5-1 right now, right?
Mhm.
So that obviously that just means losing 3 more games.
Yes.
3 more being Florida, Tech, Texas.
No.
I mean, I don't really.
I think it's more likely Ole Miss beats them than Texas. I don't trust Arch going in there.
I don't know if I trust Chambliss going in.
I trust Lane to not
That's a better question.
be scared going in there than Sarkisian. I feel like Sarkisian in road games is a little weird.
Yeah.
Then again, Kiffin doesn't win big games either. So
Sark fumbled the bag.
We should fire Kiffin, actually, since he doesn't win big games.
Yeah, totally. Maybe Sark, too, while we're at it.
Yeah, they don't win big games. We should fire him.
Yeah.
Do you think Auburn should give Hugh Freeze another year?
I think he's been severely unlucky. Like, actually unlucky.
I think he's put some of that luck on him, specifically last year.
Yeah.
I think this year, like, getting Arnold was not a good idea, which we talked about. We didn't think it was a good idea. But, like, getting screwed in 2 different games about the refs, that is unlucky.
That's hard. I think, because, I mean, you look at that. I mean, I would say, hypothetical. Win Missouri, win Arkansas, win Kentucky, lose Vanderbilt. Bama, I think, is your wild card.
What was that, 7-5?
Yeah. I mean, personally, given what he's been given, it's hard to. I don't think that they do. I want them to, because I actually don't really mind Hugh Freeze. I actually think that I think he deserves better. I'll just put it that way.
I think they do if he beats Missouri. I think he's fired on Sunday.
Fired after Vandy. Really?
No, I think he's fired if they lose.
Oh, I mean, okay, I get, yeah.
I think this is you have to win this game.
I would have given it up to Vandy at that point, but
potentially. I'm not saying that's not possible. I'm just saying I personally got you. You're 0-3 in the last.
Depending on what happened in this Missouri game, I should say.
Yeah. I hope they do too. He just needs to get a quarterback, but like he's 0-2 on getting quarterbacks.
It's not like, yeah, Arnold's not really the greatest option in the world, but I think
starting out awful too.
Starting out your year at Baylor and then winning that game was already huge enough. And then, yeah, I mean, you had a chance to pretty much start out 4-0 if you actually did pull off Oklahoma, if that call doesn't go your way. And next thing you know, you're 5-1 in the week of Georgia, and then now you're 5-2. It's uncertain. It's really unfortunate circumstances, honestly. It's unlucky, is what I just say unlucky.
LSU beat South Carolina 20-10 at home. Do you feel better or worse about LSU's offense after the bye week?
Very lateral. I don't really see a whole lot that changed.
I feel better. I
didn't watch this game. I'll just preface before saying this. I did not watch the game. I know Nuss had 2 picks. I don't know if those picks were like tipped. I didn't know if they were dropped. I didn't know if they were just actually on Nuss himself. I didn't watch it. I have no idea. But just solely off of number-wise of what I'm looking at in terms of yards and efficiency and stuff like that, maybe slightly better because 420 total yards isn't necessarily a bad number to have after a bye week. I think it's something to be happy about. 6.7 yards per carry or yards per play. Sorry,
6.7 is not bad.
no, it's very good. But I guess I'm not really against South Carolina's defense though. I don't mean I'd be more entitled to see how they are against Vandy's because again, Vandy they've only seen Bama. But now that they have seen Bama, how are they going to kind of react to this week, especially at home? I think to me, this is the week that we see their true color after all the preparation and stuff because they know that this game they have to win.
Yeah, I feel slightly better. They were able to run the ball more.
That's true too.
And Garrett looked better from just a pushing the ball down the field type of way. So I think he's healthier, which is good.
I didn't watch it, so I don't know how play calling was or anything, but just solely off a number watching, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Oh, we kind of we kind of touched on this. How do you think Beamer stays at South Carolina
this year, or like through the end of the year?
Just in general.
What do you mean?
I'm not saying he gets fired, by the way. I'm saying
I think it's going to be mutual. I think it is going to be mutual. Whenever that case is, if I'm not mistaken,
he just signed an extension.
Within a couple of days ago, it was after the LSU game. I know that they just fired what's his face, offensive line coach.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I know he signed an extension this year. So my guess would be he stays for a while. I mean, he would have to, unless he left.
That contract's through what, 2030? That's insane.
2030, but the buyout's $5 million. So it's not a crazy number.
Right.
And like I said, I don't think he gets fired. But that tech job is open.
Right. Hold on here. Because they get Oklahoma at home, right?
Mm-hmm. Oklahoma at home, Bama at home, at Ole Miss, at A&M, Coastal, Clemson.
See, honestly, all right. So this is the way that I see this one. Because he was in the same situation last year, in my opinion.
He was
3-3. They were 3-3 going into Oklahoma last year.
Yeah, they won 6 in a row.
They dog walked Oklahoma by 30 or 40 or whatever it was.
I think they beat Oklahoma.
I don't think it's a stretch. I think Sellers, from a passing standpoint, has been underperforming.
I think the run game as a whole
been productive-ish.
Dude, it's the receivers.
That is also true too. The only thing, God, dude, this is hard too because, like I said, within a similar spot, 2021 September went even, or 1-3, or 2-2, or 1-3, or something like that. 2022, 3-2 in September, 2-1 in October, 3-1 November. I'm just reading what I'm looking at. 2023, 2-3 in September, 0-3 in October, 3-1 November. Last year, 3-1 September, 1-2 October, 5-0 November. The only thing that I'm there's improvement in each one of those. And you can say a lot about the teams that he's coached in the past, obviously, but they've gotten better. I'll just put it that way. I don't think it's the right move for him to stay because I mean at the same thing at the same time, like what are they gonna do? Or where is he gonna go for that matter? I don't know if he takes on his dad's coaching spot. A lot of people want to see that, but I don't really know if that's actually a thing or not. Yeah, this one's up in the air too. But it's gonna if it's gonna be anything, it's gonna be mutual because I don't. Yeah, it's hard. Like I love the Beamer as a guy. He's really funny. But I don't know, dude. This is tough.
BYU beat Arizona in double overtime.
Dumb.
Is BYU the second best team in the Big 12?
No.
Really? I say yes. I'm guessing you're going to say Utah.
No.
Oh, are you going to say Cincy?
No. Because I think that they fall off the edge of a cliff in these last few weeks.
Who is it?
I still think it's Arizona State. They're look at like the hypothetical of it is like if Levitt plays this past week, that score is not even remotely close to what it is. This was a much harder schedule for State this year, honestly.
Yeah.
And they beat a lot of teams that we thought that they wouldn't have. I mean, they're 2-0 between Baylor and TCU, which are games that I honestly thought that they would lose 1-1. But there's a serious chance that they actually do beat Tech. I think
Levitt's got to play.
They beat Houston. You're right. No, that's where it all starts for sure. I think that they do beat Iowa State. I don't like Rocco Becht after the month of October at all. I think that team as a whole, they just kind of collapse.
Yeah, Idris killed them.
I don't. Yeah, I still think it's Arizona State.
Okay. I don't disagree. I should say that. Because my Arizona State question was Arizona State goes 9-3, but they have 2 losses only in conference. Do you think Arizona State still makes the Big 12 championship?
Looking at that schedule, I think that they can. But it's got to start with this week for sure.
I think they can lose this week, technically.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they do, but obviously winning this week does significant. Like you go from like meh to like all of a sudden you're like, yeah, this is it. So beat Houston, beat Iowa State, beat West Virginia. Honestly, I think these last two is what it comes down to, because beating Colorado on the road, it sounds crazy, but even Colorado, for that matter, has looked better. I mean, I know that they just beat Colorado too, or they just beat Iowa State too. Sorry.
Yes.
Arizona, they look a ton better from what we thought. Like we've always said it right now. And I wouldn't really say that that's a easy game. It's a rivalry. It's always scrappy with them, no matter where it's at. And honestly, I mean, for that matter, say Cincinnati, they got to get by Oklahoma State this week. I think they lose to Baylor. I think they lose to Utah. Hard to say if they beat Arizona or not at home. That is a tough travel spot for them, I won't lie. But that is after a bye. So they do have much, much more time to kind of prepare for that. I think UC does beat BYU, honestly. But I just can't put BYU in that threshold right now, just because I think that I want to take them to win this week. I really do. But even them going into Iowa State, even them going into Texas Tech after that, TCU is not a gimme. This is the bottom. Their bottom half of the schedule is very heavy. That's hard to kind of just win out or not win out, but just minimize your losses and make that Big 12 championship.
Okay. Utah question. You're on the committee, okay? You're a playoff committee member.
Yay.
Utah wins out, beats BYU, Colorado, Cincy, Baylor, Kansas State, Kansas. They win the rest of their games. They go 11-1. They play Tech again in the Big 12 championship game and lose. Does 11-2 Utah, with their only losses being to Texas Tech, make the playoff?
Assuming that you're saying Texas Tech wins out and also whatever.
Let's just say, yeah, we could say they win. Let's say they go 12-1. Let's say they lose one. It's not, but they make the playoff, obviously.
Right. Okay. 11-2 conference runner-up. I think the thing is with these runner-ups and these other conferences, it all comes back to the SEC. Because I think that there is a multitude of 11-2 teams or 10-2 teams that are better than Utah. In the SEC specifically. And then you can argue the Big Ten. A 10-2 Oregon. A 10-2 USC. Maybe. 10-2 Ole Miss. 10-2 Georgia. Bama, for that matter, if they somehow manage to drop one. That's tough. That's really tough. You gotta if that does happen, and I don't want to say it's got a very good chance, you gotta pretty much pray that you're getting the better end of the circumstance within the other conferences and their runner-ups and who their losses are to, versus to your one loss, essentially.
I think it comes down to how they play in the championship game, and I think it depends on how highly ranked Tech is.
12-1, that's top 10. I'll just say that. So
I think if they're 12-1, they're probably top 4, maybe 5th. They should be.
I'd say top 6. That's reasonable.
So your 2 losses are to a top 6 team. One was a blowout, though. I lean no.
I don't.
But I think it'd be close.
It's hard. It's really hard to justify.
It's hard to justify. It'd be a fun blind ranking.
Absolutely.
Which will be something we probably do.
True.
I probably will make you and Dylan, and I'll give you teams, and we'll blind rank them, and we'll see what we get out of that when we get to that time. And the last question that I have is for the Friday night game. South Florida destroyed North Texas. We were wrong about North Texas, sadly.
Oh, dang.
Is South Florida your favorite to make the playoff as the group of 5?
Here we go. All right. No.
Okay. Why?
One, I think they lose to Memphis. 2, I think a Navy 11-1 who loses to Notre Dame will be in over that, for that matter, if Navy ends up beating South Florida. The bad thing for South Florida is that they haven't played anybody with a pulse other than North Texas right now, and yes, that was on the road. You do have pretty much the best half of that conference on the road now, though, because you go to Memphis, you go to Navy, and then those are your 2 games that are pretty much the deciding factor in that kind of case. And for that matter, I don't think that they win either or. It sounds kind of nuts because I was so high on North Texas for them to win that game. But I don't think USF won that game more so than North Texas gave it away. Because 5 turnovers is going to do that to you. And 5 turnovers isn't going to happen in Memphis. It's not going to happen in Navy. And honestly, the more likely between the two is I think it's Navy.
Yeah, I'm going to push back on the Navy hype real quick. Because they have a 4-week stretch. Oh, good Lord, what did I just do?
Oh, it's bad. Yeah,
Have you seen it?
with North Texas, Notre Dame, South Florida, and Memphis, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Army. Yeah.
Yeah. I think best bet they're probably 2-2.
Not to mention that they're on the road at both of those back-to-back. Yeah.
So I'll push back on the Navy. But if I had to pick one, it also would not be South Florida because I'm taking Tulane.
Still, really?
Yeah, I mean, if your only losses, if you're 11-1 and you're only lost to Ole Miss, I'll take it. It all comes down to that Memphis game because you have to think they avoid USF, North Texas, and Navy.
I just like Memphis a lot.
I think people are sleeping on Memphis. That is the one.
I think Memphis beats Tulane, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's just they have to play South Florida, Tulane, ECU, and Navy. Like, I'm just playing percentages here of, like, Tulane only really has one big game left.
Okay, so then if they're all 10 and essentially if they're all like 10-2, at what route do you go there?
If they're all 10-2,
Yeah, because there's honestly not a crazy chance that that's a thing.
if they're all 10-2,
you're ranking the wins. Because at that point, then South
no.
Florida, I think,
We're
right?
going to James Madison.
You're going completely different conference then.
Yeah, if you have 2 losses, you're not making it. Because there's going to be a group of 5 team that has won.
Well, yeah.
It's JMU or UNLV right now.
So JMU, if they're 11-1, I mean, they play Old Dominion, and I mean, Old Dominion could beat them this week. Old Dominion's nothing to look over.
Yeah, and UNLV plays Boise. And they're 12-point underdogs. But that'd be UNLV's only loss. I don't know.
UNLV's only loss until the Mountain West Conference when they lose that too.
Tulane's 5-1. Tulane's 5-1, not even ranked. Memphis is ranked because they haven't lost yet. But
that's the only reason, yeah.
They still have to play South Florida, Tulane, ECU, Navy. So, like, I don't think it's crazy to say they go 2-2 in those 4.
No.
Same thing with Navy. I don't think it'd be shocking for South Florida to drop one more. I guess the only one we haven't said is North Texas. Who's North Texas have left? Did you already say their schedule?
Yeah, let me see. It was... Sorry, I took off the tab.
They have Navy. It's really just Navy.
As long as you're not dropping a game to like UTSA or Rice.
Or Temple.
Or Temple, for that matter.
Yeah, I think it's too early to tell. I think my leader would be Tulane just because I think they have some impressive wins, but I don't know. I think that conference is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. It's going to come down to I think literally the last like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that'll be fun. My guess would be, I'd say 90% chance the group of 5 team is from the American this year.
I am curious though. Let me see.
Can you bet the odds? What are the odds right now?
That's what I'm going to look at actually. So to make the quarterfinal, the group of 5 with the highest odds is South Florida.
Okay.
plus 1,700.
Jeez.
Next closest is Tulane at 18-1.
What's Memphis at?
13-1. So technically, that's the
Wait.
lowest.
Yeah, Memphis is, because Memphis is favored to win the American right now. Plus 200.
Yeah, so they're plus 1,300. Tulane's 1,800. South Florida 1,700. North Texas out of there. Navy 55. Yeah.
Well, no, because the quarterfinal, they don't get a bye anymore.
Right.
So it's to make the playoff, Memphis is plus 235. South Florida's 290. Tulane's 320. Navy's 980. North Texas 920.
What would be your best bet out of those right now then? Because honestly,
North Texas.
You would still say North Texas?
If you beat Navy and go 11-1, wouldn't you take? I guess it depends on the committee. Wouldn't you take an 11-1 North Texas over a 10-2 USF, even with the head-to-head?
Depending on the conference championship outcome?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to depend on that for sure.
Because if North Texas essentially does like a tie where they go 1-1 between USF for that conference championship, or if they just don't make it.
What is this? Let me check something. What's this week for that conference?
I think it is too early.
Yeah, I mean, I would wait. I want to see who do they play this week.
But it is interesting to see those numbers, though.
So we've got really the only game of significance this week's UTSA North Texas.
Yeah.
South Florida's got FAU and UAB's got, or Memphis has UAB and Navy's on a bye.
Which are expected wins. So
I would wait till North Texas won that game before I bet anything. Yeah, next week's
I think the value would be in North Texas or Navy, though, for one.
I don't know. Because South Florida and Memphis play next week. Do you bet a future on one of those two teams and then bet? No, before it, and then bet the other team?
Right. I know what you mean. Because, I mean, at that point, you're just... is there an odds? Is that a thing to, like, odds for a conference to make it in?
Preseason. I don't think it is now.
It would have been preseason? Okay.
Yeah, it would have been preseason.
Dang, what were we doing? It was right there.
What?
Betting on the American.
I mean, we said the American. I feel like I literally said it.
We did.
I feel like we both did.
We said the American, and then we had our like two miscellaneous, which was Toledo and JMU. And
Boise. All you had to do was beat South Florida.
We just... That's true.
Oh, well. All right. That's all my questions.
I think it's pretty much it.
That's your recap.
Yap sesh, whatever you want to call it, yeah.
It's a mid-season temperature check.
It's October. Come on now.
It's October.
It's true.
It's October.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Yeah, that was, I don't know. That was kind of your wake-up call for whatever, for the conferences, for some teams. Definitely something that was, I think, I like that layout. Layout's cool this time of year because you're in the nitty-gritty part of it, essentially. We might keep that slightly going next week. Just because we're getting into the thick of things within the race of conference championships and playoff. So, yeah, look forward to that. Wednesday, Thursday, potentially for the preview of this week. Once again, unfortunately, no morning huddle for me. So the guys are more than welcome to do whatever they want. If they want to hop in the Discord and obviously wake up at 7 a.m. and do that, it's perfectly fine. But other than that, that's pretty much going to do it for today. So without that, we will see you guys Wednesday or Thursday for the preview. All of our bets included into that episode, or maybe even posting them for that matter before the games start. We do have our 49 consecutive days of football going on in the Discord. So we do have one bet in football every single day for the next 4 days. I forget what day we're on. I think we're on day 5.
44.
But yeah, technically 3 games tonight. It's weekday conference USA.
Oh,
but you'll be
is this going to release? Is this going to release before the game?
Yeah, you'll be listening to this on Wednesday morning, probably.
Oh, okay. So then, don't say my Tuesday play on the pod that goes out Wednesday.
Probably not. Considering that it's 5:30 our time, I think the first game kicks off in like less than an hour and a half because I'm gonna have to
edit
6, this and then
7 Eastern.
Gotcha. So,
okay,
yeah.
Well then I'll give my Wednesday play, which is Jacksonville State +3.
Dub. That's fine.
Go
Cox. Cocktober, dude.
Oh, they are Cocktober.
It fits.
Cocktober at home. We're fading Delaware again.
It fits. Yeah, I have Jack State outright. I'm happy. Other than that, yeah, that'll do it. We'll see you guys Wednesday, Thursday for the preview. Big week this week yet again. And catch you in the Discord. Peace.